Welcome back. Today I have a very special video for you. Today I'm gonna rate 9 different 1 to 400 scale model airplane brands. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because Aviation 18, most of you AV geeks probably know his channel. He's, I think, the biggest model airplane YouTuber out there. I'm a huge fan of him, but the video he did, the tier list ranking all the airplane model companies, I just could not leave it like this. Now here you can see the tier list he made with the rankings of each model airplane brand. Now the story goes like this. I met up with a friend last weekend. We had a chat about this video and there were just some things we did not agree with Aviation 18 at all. One of which is, of course, you have Gemini Jets below Herpa. And yeah, that's just a absolute no-go. So this intro was long enough. Let's get started with the list. So the brands that I'm gonna be ranking today are Gemini Jets, NG Models, Phoenix Models, JC Wings, Aero Classics, Herpa, Dragon Wings, Aviation 400, and Panda Models. Now at number 9 we have Dragon Wings. Now Dragon Wings was one of the first model companies that produced 1 to 400 scale models. Their models are pretty bad in my opinion, like only the body of the airplane is actual die cast, the wings, everything is plastic, there are no antennas. I'm not sure if the landing gear is made out of metal, probably plastic. But they're not very detailed, their molds are pretty bad from what I've heard. So yeah, number 9 for Dragon Wings. Then at number 8 we have Herpa Models. Now Herpa is a company based in Germany. They also started very early with 1 to 400 scale models. I think it was like 1999 or the year 2000, something like that. They always focused on 1 to 500 though. They do a few 1 to 400 scale models, but the wheels are plastic, you have no antennas. The molds, it really depends. The 757 they have is quite good, but other molds like the A320 is absolutely terrible. And yeah, I used to have a few Herpa models. Right now they're at my parents' house, so I cannot show you them. But I had a United 757 in the blue tulip livery. That was actually a very nice model. And also, of course, most of you know they do the Antonov N225, which is also very nice. But in general, I think they're very bad and just a little bit better than Dragon Wings. Then next up at number 7, we have the first brand I would actually buy a model from. Right now, I do not own one, but of course, it's Aero Classics. Now, their aircraft are quite good, I would say. They do not feature antennas or anything like that, but you get a nice selection of aircraft, especially they have some good A320s. They do like Spirit or Frontier aircraft that Gemini Jets or NG Models that's not released that often. So if you need one of them, definitely go with Aero Classics. They're quite decent. Next up at number 6 we have the first brand that I actually own a model from, which is Panda Models. Now Panda Models, I have heard very good things from them, that they're almost as good as NG Models and stuff like that. And they do produce very nice models. I have the Swiss A340-300. Now this one came broken, so this really doesn't make a good first impression. But other than that, the model is very nice. And the problem I have with Panda Models is just that they're very hard to get. I don't think they do produce that many models, and they do not have a website or anything like that, so they're kind of hard to find. But if you find one, definitely go and get it, because they do make some very nice models. Moving into the top 5, we have Phoenix. Now Phoenix also have existed for quite a long time. I think they started around the 2000 mark as well. They make very good models in my opinion. They're not as detailed as Gemini Jets or NG Models, for example. but they're very solid models, prices are very good. The only complaint I have with them is that, again, you do not have a website or anything that tells you all the new releases. You kind of rely on your model shop where you buy your models from to tell you the new releases and stuff like that. So that's quite annoying, but other than that, I really like Phoenix, but they could really get a website or anything to keep their fans updated. Then in number 4 we have JC Wings. This weekend I just bought my first JC Wings models, a Austrian 767, very nice model. Also I've heard that the 777 is even better. They do have versions with flaps down as well, which is very nice. I think they're the only one to do so in 1:400 scale. The problem I have with JC Wings though, I've heard from the place where I buy my models from, that they tend to announce models and then just not release it for over a year or not at all. So that's pretty bad in my opinion. And also they do not have a website or Instagram that I'm aware of. So it's very hard to know which models are coming. Now we're moving on to the podium places, and in third place we have Aviation 400. Now I only own one Aviation 400 with this, which is the Air France A350-900. Very nice model. They have detail that other brands do not feature at all, like the little like a little gemstone for the beacon lights, which is very nice. Their models are pretty much the same quality as NG models, I would say, but they do not offer that many models, or at least not here in Europe or in the USA, I don't think either. They're kind of hard to find. And the problem, once again, they do not have a social media or anything where you can stay updated on the models that are coming. So for that reason, only P3. If they had a website and a little bit more to choose from, I think they would have been higher, maybe even P1. Then in number 2 we of course have Gemini Jets. They have been around now for over 20 years and they are by far the biggest 1:400 scale manufacturer. Now lately there has been a lot of hate for Gemini Jets. Their models have arrived broken, their molds are not as good as they used to be, stuff like that happened. But I think that a lot of people are just hating on them for the sake of hating. There's a lot of negativity out there, and in such a small community, we should really be happy and glad with every manufacturer that we have, especially Gemini Jets that has done so much for this scale. Basically, I would say 80% of any model that you want you can find from Gemini Jets, and it is just amazing. Also, as a company, they have a very nice website you can visit. They have social media where they keep you updated on everything that they're doing. The models maybe are not quite as good as other companies, but you know you're gonna get a release every month. You know what you're gonna get in those releases, and it is just a pretty professional company, and that is one of the things I really like about Gemini Jets. So you should already know which brand takes the first place. Number 1, of course, it's NG Models. They have been producing some very nice models in the past and are still doing so right now. I have, I think, around 6 or 7 NG models right now, and they are all very nice models. For me, definitely the best brands. They have very nice antennas, detail is just amazing. Also the painting on the model, everything just comes together beautifully. Not even talking about their absolutely amazing molds like the 757, the A330, the 787, all of them are top notch. And they also do have a very nice website. They have Instagram, they communicate with their fans, which is very nice. But I think we should give them some time. A lot of people also have been saying, well, NG Models is a new company that just joined in and they're already better than Gemini Jets, blah blah blah. Now, it is always easier to make a good first impression than it is to make a good second impression. What I mean by that, imagine you're going out with a girl or a guy to a first date. You put on your very best clothes and everything, and you show up. They're very impressed with you. But then on the second date, you already put on your best clothes. So right now you're just trying to put together the next best thing you can. Well, yeah, I think you get the point. I think we should give NG Models a bit more time. Let's see when they're expanding even more, when they're producing more models, if they can still keep that quality up. I think they can. They're an amazing company in my eyes and a very, very well deserved #1. Then before we end this video, here once again the full rating. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree with me or not. And just one more thing, please stop hating on Gemini Jets if you really don't like them. If you think they're doing things wrong, just don't buy from them. But that is just a personal thing I wanted to tell you. Most of you probably aren't around at this point anyway, so I thought I would just say that. That was it from me. Thank you very, very much for watching, and see you next time.